Welcome back, everybody, to the world's worst fishing. I'm Chris Jones, and today we're doing another popular colors tutorial. And today on the agenda is sprayed grass. Sprayed grass is a really pretty laminate. It's a very aesthetically pleasing color. It has lots of blues and purples and greens, and it's basically like a smoke charcoal color with purple laminated over basically a watermelon with some blue, and it looks great in everything. So we're going to show you a few examples today, and I actually don't think I've ever made sprayed grass. I think I tried it like 4 years ago and failed miserably, and I honestly have not made it since. So this could work out, or it may not work out so well. This is honestly one that I do not have much experience with. So we're going to go ahead and give it a shot, and we're going to get started now. Okay, so let's look at this here. It's like a black, a charcoal gray top with purple, and I don't have that size purple flake, but I have something that'll work. And then the bottom is like a light green watermelon with some blue flake in it. And you'll notice that it looks really see-through here, and this is one color of it. Now some other manufacturers, whoop, almost dropped my phone. Some other manufacturers make sprayed grass color, so let's just look here. Sprayed grass baits and see what we get. This is a good way to get started. Okay, so I'm seeing a few things here. Hey, that's really good right there. Biz Baits, okay. Here's a net bait version. Looks like Big Bites has one. Excite Baits for sure. And yeah, okay. So Reaction has a sprayed grass. So that's what we're gonna go with, something like that, and we'll see what happens. So first order of business, obviously, is to measure out your plastic. This is 1 cup each. And to get charcoal, we're going to add just a few drops of black. Let's do like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this is already kind of a see-through color. It's not very thick. So we don't want to overdo it here. So we'll do 6 drops of black. I think we'll stop there. And you know, you can always add more, but you cannot take it back. And then the other side is a watermelon color, and it's really easy to get this too thick, so we're not going to put in very much. I mean, we're gonna try and underdo it here, so to speak, because it's really, from what I can tell, at least the zoom version, and I really like the fact that theirs is see-through. I think that has a really neat effect. Okay, that doesn't look right. What in the world's going on here with this watermelon? Come on now. And I might actually add a little bit of lime green or something else to maybe brighten this watermelon up a little bit. But that doesn't, this is a different bottle of color. It's the same color, but I wonder what's going on with it here. That looks about right. Well, anyway, so we're basically we're mixing up our 2 halves, and we're not putting very much color in it because I don't want to overdo it. And you know, I want to try to get the zoom effect here because that's my favorite sprayed grass. And of course, for my purposes, a little bit of heat stabilizer. And we are now good to go. So now, just like most of my videos, I'm going to remove all of the air from the plastic, transporting it from the 55-gallon drum, and then stirring it up in my buckets does mix a lot of air into it. So I recently replaced the hose on this. The original hose eventually gave out, and all you really need is just an air compressor hose, and you can get that at Walmart or the hardware store. So we're gonna let that run, and then we will cook it up and get back with you. Okay, 2 different Pyrex cups filled with 1 measuring cup of plastic salt each, about 5.5 minutes, and we will see you in 5 minutes and 26.54 seconds. So while the plastics are cooking in the microwave, I figured I would do a little short clip here to tell you about a new series that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to call it the Bait and Bass, and it's where I'm going to come out here. I'm going to start out here in the plastic shop, and I'm going to make a specific bait, and maybe a few different baits. But let's say I'm going to make a June bug worm, or I'm going to make a watermelon red frog, or something crazy, like the mean green or something. I'm gonna take the baits that I make here, and then I'm basically gonna do a challenge where I then have to take those baits fishing, and I have to catch a fish on them, and if not, I guess I just suck. But it's gonna be a bait and bass challenge. We're gonna start out here, we're gonna make a bait, then we're taking it to the water, and we're gonna see if I can actually catch a fish on it. Okay, now we're gonna add a little sparkle to things. So the top, again, a charcoal gray, which is just light black basically with purple flake in it, and we're really going to load this up with purple. I want this to be a very bright color. Sprayed grass is really eye-catchy. It brings a lot of attention, I think, to the viewer, especially on the shelf. And then we're going to go with a small, that was medium purple. We're going to go with a small size blue. This is 0.015. That's what I keep seeing whenever I look at pictures. So we're going to do two big scoops of that, and maybe a touch more. Now we're going to see what we have. And we're just going to shake these up just to kind of mix them in that way. That way I don't have to dirty up a knife or anything like that. Oh yeah, that looks mighty pretty. We're gonna do the same with the watermelon side. And the watermelon shade actually turned out well, and you have to remember the blue is going to brighten the color. The flake itself is actually going to brighten the color a little bit. And I think that actually looks okay. We're gonna go ahead and get temperatures on them. And it's important to mix, actually, I forgot to do it. Stir them up a little bit, then take your temperature, because that will give you an even reading of what the actual internal temperature is, and not the top layer of plastic. So they're actually even at 321 degrees. So that's good that they're even, but they're not quite hot enough, so I'm going to have to pop them back in for another 40 seconds or so. Okay, they're at a nice even temperature, about 345, which is a little on the warm side, but that's okay, because you have to remember the plastic is traveling further. It has to go through the twin injector, through the blending block, and that's more chances it has to harden up. So it's actually not a bad idea to shoot these a little hot. So we're going to do the purple and charcoal side on the top, and then the green side on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and shoot a few things here, see what happens. I think this will look nice. And again, this is a learning experience for me too. I've never really successfully made sprayed grass before. Okay, there's a few things there. I will make a few flukes. Oh, nope. No, we're not. Those are gonna turn out poorly, I think. I think that's only gonna really fill with one color. Make the next one here. And then we'll try to make a few trick worms if we have enough plastic. which I think we did. Yeah, see if that'll work there for us. Go ahead and top off here. And there are 2 halves, and fingers crossed that this turned out okay. Okay, let's open up the first one. Oh, mama. Hey, that is not... Oh, that's it. Look at that. You can see the nice laminate there. Purple charcoal side. And then the green and blue. I hope this is coming through on camera. I never know until I really upload the videos. But there it is. That is sprayed grass, and that is, I guess I didn't have the wisdom to do this 5 years ago, but wow. Okay, I'm happy that this turned out. Now I can make sprayed grass. That's awesome. I'm going to make a bunch of these for flipping, and then I'll probably make these in some definitely some flukes, and then a bunch of trick worms. Let's go ahead and look at what we have. Time for a little fluke action, and I messed up one of these where I think it was the green side wasn't actually aligned with the blending block, so those may have too much of the gray side in them. Oh yes, look at this. Look at that. Let's try to get the glare off of it. Yes, there it is. Sprayed grass flukes. Wow, I'm loving it. Last but not least, let's look at some trick worms here. Yes. Well, the top one got some air in it. That's too bad. I guess I didn't fill the sprue up enough. But as far as the color, you can see on the actual sprue that it laminated actually quite well. And there it is. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm so pumped right now because I haven't done this video on purpose yet, because every time I've tried it, it's just turned out bad. Now that was a long time ago, but I never got comfortable with it, and so I said, you want to know what, I'm just going to risk it and do it on camera. And wow, practice I guess makes perfect. We're going to go lay those out and take a look. Yes, I am in love. I'm going to make so much of this color. Oh man, this is awesome. I rarely just get this excited about a color, but this is great. I can finally do this. This is important to me, guys. I don't want to not be able to make something, you know, that's within my capability. You know, I don't get much into the painting or clear coating or dipping or anything like that, but just standard injection colors that you can do. You know, I want to be able to do them all. You know, I don't have the ability to do them all. I don't have every color, every glitter, every size. I don't have every mold, obviously, but sprayed grass has been on my bucket list for a while, and now we have it. I mean, yes, look at that. In the bag, looking pretty. This might be like my favorite video ever, because I finally have something good for sprayed grass. I'm sure it can be better, but I was going for the zoom effect, and I think I got it. Well guys, I hope you liked today's episode. I know I did. I learned something new, and I finally conquered sprayed grass, so I'm pretty happy about that. Shoot me a comment down below. Let me know what colors you want to see next. I try to think of all these colors, and sometimes I just kind of draw a blank. I want to do California 420, 420, however you say it. I want to do that one here pretty soon. I think I want to have a sample of that though to look at. So I'm not really sure how the top half is done, the darker half. I've never actually purchased that color, myself or thrown it, so I may have not ever even really seen it in person, except maybe just looking through all the colors, you know, over at Bass Pro Shops or the tackle store. But yeah, today was a productive video. I like doing new things, and now if you've never made sprayed grass, this is a good way to do it. And then you can experiment with here. You can use different size glitters. You can make it thicker. You can make it more see-through. You know, there's always different ways to do it. Anytime I'm doing a laminate, I like to try to keep the two halves equal. I don't want one to be super thick and one to be super see-through. But there again, I'm sure you can get some great effects doing that. But thanks for tuning in today. This is Sprayed Grass. Be on the lookout here in the next few weeks for a bait and bass. Hopefully I can make that work. I think that would be a fun series. But that's going to wrap it up today from the World's Worst Fishing, and we'll see you next time.